Ice Cream Conversation. Ice Cream Conversation. Let's go. Forever on the grind, all day, every day. Ice Cream Convos, always real, they never play. Download the podcast, listen on any day. Why didn't I do this sooner? Only thing you ever say. Xaviera, best host of all time. All of the faithful listeners will say they never lie. Check every story they run, like me with the rhymes. When other shows report anything, it should be a crime. Entertainment news, yeah, I gotta get mine from ICC, and you should be inclined to do the same if you got half of mine. I do co-sign this lady to shine like Frankenstein. Cut it today design. IceCreamCombos.com. Tune in. Yeah. This influence by IceCreamCombos.com.
Welcome to the Ice Cream Convos Podcast, where we serve delicious scoops of entertainment and celebrity news. I am your host, Xaviera.
And I'm your co-host, Karla.
And we thank you all for tuning in to today's episode. It is episode 319. Karla, I said we're moving on up.
Moving on up.
Hey.
319.
So, yeah, we've been in this thing. We've been yin-yang in this thing for quite some time, man.
Yeah, for real.
I'm proud of us.
Very proud. Extremely proud.
It's so funny because sometimes you be looking like, yeah, I ain't forgot your ass tricked me into being a podcaster.
That's when you start going down memory lane. Like, you know what? It started off as you talking about coming on for a music segment. And 10 years later.
Word.
It's the best hustle ever. I thank you for hustling me for that. I'm serious.
Oh, See, I ain't gonna never steer you wrong. I ain't gonna never steer you wrong. I promise.
Never that.
They say you study long, you study wrong. I ain't gonna never steer you wrong. All right, so let's start out today's episode, episode 319. I would like to start out today's episode with a prayer request. I want to go ahead and send up a prayer request for hip hop legend Biz Markie. So, Karla, this is very interesting to me because we just recently learned that Biz Markie has been hospitalized for weeks. So
right.
to be clear, it is not COVID-19 related. But
please say that again. Please say that one more time.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Didn't mean to interrupt you.
You good. It is not COVID-19 related because, I mean, we now live in a time the minute someone gets sick, first thought is like, oh, Lord, they got that Rona. Yeah. That is not Biz Markie's situation. Biz Markie is a type 2 diabetic, and I didn't even realize that he has lost over 100 pounds just in an effort. Yes, just in an effort of changing his lifestyle and becoming, more healthy, in his fight against the type 2 diabetes. But he's been hospitalized, and I guess there's some complications related to the diabetes. But what really, really baffled me and bothered me about this whole situation was after learning he had been hospitalized, I went back to his Instagram and looked. Biz Markie's last Instagram post was the middle of June. Okay. So and he posted regularly, like Karla, he was regular. So for it to be,
that's odd.
Right. Mm-hmm. So for it to be mid-June, how long has he been in the hospital? And none of these other hip hop legends, no one else in his circle, not one, send up a prayer. We could have been praying for that. We could have been putting good energy and sending love and good vibes. I went to his wife. Girl, I went to his wife page, and this is not a judgment. This is just simply an observation. But girl, I went to his wife's page, and she's selling candles.
Oh, what? What? It's nothing up. No post about, about Biz. No, just her candles.
Her candles. It wasn't even a vague, just keep my family in prayer hands, black fist, something, nothing.
Yeah, especially with him being a public figure. Because at first I'm like, all right, well, maybe she maybe keeping her mind off of it and she's private. But he's a well-loved public figure. Everybody loves Biz Markie. If you don't like Biz Markie, you deserve a special place.
Hey,
nobody beats the Biz.
Nobody
right?
needs the biz.
Classic.
So, I mean, I don't know, but I also find it ironic. And this is just something, other observation, not critique or any shade, but or a judgment. Thank you for helping me with that one, because I was struggling in my TI bag. I was struggling. But it's always funny when something happens to someone or you find out about some. Now everybody wants to go dig up their photos and throw up the print, pray for him and this, that, and the third.
Me. Yeah.
But Karla, shout out to the people who want to try to flex, but you don't even have a real picture of y'all. So you got the watermarks from Getty on the photos, or you got the watermarks from whatever blog you done Googled to snatch the photo down. Like, are you serious right now?
Just ignorant. Like, that bothers me, because what does that do? In the long run, I get it, but what is that really doing? Are you checking on his family? Are you going to see him? Are you,
What are you doing besides flexing? You flexing on social media. I'm like, Holly Robinson, Pete, please take this photo down with the Getty watermark across it. Like, y'all don't have no pictures of y'all at the barbecue. Y'all have no pictures of y'all at his concert backstage. No, nothing. I can go to Getty and pull up those type of photos. But anyway, I digress. Please keep Beth Markey uplifted in prayer. Just keep him uplifted in prayer. Very
serious disease. We're so focused on just real quick. Speaking of diabetes, if you think about hip hop, we lost and I'm hoping that's why I'm hoping him a speedy recovery. We've had a lot of hip hop artists either die or they're battling type 2 diabetes. So that's something that we need to be kind of mindful of too. And it's just not just COVID out here. People really still have other diseases and things that they're fighting. That's something I think we need to be mindful of. That's all.
Absolutely. And speaking of other people in hip hop, remember Ed Lover and Dr. Dre?
Yes.
Dr. Dre, the big guy. He's blind.
No. Wow.
He is blind.
I didn't see, there you go. You've given another, and there's more we probably don't know about, but that I'm sorry to hear that. I didn't even know that.
Yeah.
He hasn't been on the scene for so long. Well, I haven't, seen him. Wow.
Yeah. Because, Ed Lover's moving, shaking. It's just when you see people in the public eye like you used to, you just think, man, they ain't studying no more. They're somewhere chilling, but you really just never know what somebody is going through.
That's true.
So it's very important to just, when someone comes across your mind or that old song come on that you like to jam to, just stop for a minute and be like, you know what, Lord, I hope he good or she good wherever they at.
True that. That's very true. We need to. But prayers up to everyone battling, any kind of disease, terminal illness. Yep. For real.
Because I'm going to be battling the So every so often y'all going to hear me be like, because I decided to skip breakfast. Now, y'all know I was trying to lose weight, or if you didn't, now you do. If you don't know, now you know. And I ended up skipping breakfast this morning for whatever reason, but I went downstairs and I said, let me grab something healthy to eat before we, do the podcast. And I looked over and saw my daughter's birthday cake on the table.
Oh,
and I said, Father God, and he said, yes, child. And I said, Father God, that cake is over there. He said, I know it's over there. I helped you buy it. And then I said, I got to do a podcast. If I eat this cake, it's going to give me the And the Lord said, well, and the devil said, girl, get a glass of water with some ice and just chew it in between takes. And I said, I could do that. They was like, girl, you may not live to see tomorrow. You want that cake right now. Damn So now here I am.
With the
So every so often, that cake was calling me, man. It just keep calling me, man. And it was good, too. It was from Walmart. It was white, yellow cake.
Walmart cakes be popping. I don't know if y'all be sleeping on them, but Walmart cakes be all right.
Well, it is what it is. So I got the today. Okay. So let's go ahead and get into today's scoop. So we're going to be talking about a lot of things. So we're going to be kind of moving kind of quickly because y'all know I tend to get long-winded. Karla just be looking at me like she gonna finish one day.
My girl.
So we're going to talk about this whole situation with the Ellen show. We're going to give you the latest scoop on Megan Thee Stallion. Meek Mill has some relationship stuff going on. Well, should we say he used to have some relationship stuff going on. Mm-hmm. And a member of a singing group is now battling COVID-19. We'll also give you some updates about the tomfoolery and the shenanigans going down here in the streets of Georgia. And I'll give you some TV scoop, some movie scoop, and then I'm looking forward to finding out who Karla's ICC unsung will be today.
Oh, yeah.
All right. All right, so let's go. Oh, I can't wait. I know you never fail me. So let's go ahead and jump into this Ellen situation. Now, Karla, I don't know how much you dove into this particular situation, but the Ellen show is now under investigation.
Wow.
So let me just be clear about a few things because I wrote about this last night and the site blew up. The site blew up because you hear the word investigation. And then I also learned that Ellen's name has been floating around in some other very, very messy and uncanny stuff. So it was like a combination that literally set the site on fire. So here's the gist of it. 4 employees, 1 current employee who has remained nameless, and 10 former employees have rang the alarm on the Ellen show and the toxic work environment and toxic cultures that take place within that organization behind the scenes. Mm-hmm. So at one point in time, the employees were kind of saying, and don't get it twisted, Ellen, stay telling people to be kind, but she ain't as nice as she pretend to be when she be out there shucking and jiving, moving and grooving. They
right.
She's not as nice as you would think she is. I'm like, word?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm like, oh, okay. But this particular investigation, now they are trying to make it very clear that Ellen is not involved in this investigation because Ellen is catching so much heat in these internet streets. Yeah, I guess they wanted to. Yeah. So I guess they wanted to kind of cloak her, right? So here's basically what's been going on. There have been complaints of racism, sexism, misogyny, discrimination, retaliation. There was one situation where one Black female employee said she went to like a company function and one of the higher ups or a writer or a manager or a producer or somebody was like, hey, what's your name? Because I only know the names of the white people who work here.
Stop.
Well, damn. Well, damn.
Wow.
Yes.
That's what's going on behind the scenes over there?
That's what's going on. While Ellen out there shucking and jiving and dancing in the front, they discriminating against mofos in the back.
That's crazy.
Wow. Yeah, it is very crazy. So BuzzFeed, shout out to BuzzFeed because BuzzFeed be ringing the alarm on a lot of things in a lot of places. It was BuzzFeed that put that whole expose together about that girl that R. Kelly was messing with back in the day. And you remember that? So BuzzFeed is the one who poured the kerosene on that. And then here we go. Look, 2 seasons of Surviving R. Kelly later, the man is behind bars and his 2 main prisoners have been set free. So don't sleep on BuzzFeed.
Nah, you can't.
BuzzFeed
see what they did.
Yes. So Warner Media has they have hired, I guess, like an outside investigative team to come in, start interviewing employees, past and present. They're going to start piecing things together to find out what's really going on behind the scenes of the Ellen show. So I was like, okay, well, cool. I wish a lot more jobs did that, because there are a lot of very toxic work environments. I've been in a few my damn self. This is not new to anybody who has been on the workforce.
No, not at all.
We all experience these different things on jobs. And, sometimes we have to endure them because we have to take care of our family. And a few things that I saw in the comments, I'm going to slide over to the comments really quickly. A few things I saw in the comments last night that really, truly, honestly pissed me off, Karla. And that's the only way to say it. It's just the energy that some of us give out. And I know it's social media, so people, they get that extra energy in their keystrokes. But there was one particular commenter that said, well, if they continue to work there in a toxic work environment, they are just as guilty as Ellen is.
How, Sway?
And I thought to myself, she must not have ever in her black ass life had to work a job that she hated, or a job that literally made her stomach start getting in knots when she pulled up in the parking lot. But she knew either the job market wasn't plentiful at that particular time, or she had to provide for her family, or we are taught as Black people, a lot of us, that when we are in bad situations, we try to pray our way through it. We try to ask God to make it better. You know, we try to voice complaints. We do everything that we can to try to make a better work environment for ourselves. But when I was in these pissy ass jobs, I didn't have that freedom of walking in being like, you know what? I'm tired of this today. I quit.
And neither does 80% of the world. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's why I was like, how do you, that comment I just totally disagree with, because we've all had jobs. Even if you don't currently have one, we've all had that job. Like you said, as soon as you pull up, you're like, oh God, you know, we've all had that feeling. We've all had toxic work environments one time or another.
So I could not believe, but then it's funny because, you know, sometimes when we're out of a bad situation, that's when we try to get cute, high and mighty and uppity about it. I'm like, who on this earth has not ever worked a job that they absolutely hated, or that they absolutely had to swallow their pride and or tolerate it until they had the opportunity for something better? Exactly. So for you to say, these people are just as much as to blame because they continue to work and earn a living. For some of these people, it may have been their dream job. So we've all seen the movies where people are enduring torturous treatment because they finally got their dream job and they're working for a piss poor boss.
Exactly. Yep. So they see the bigger picture. It's a bigger goal. Everyone, even your most successful people have been in toxic work environments. You know, it's just facts. That, you know, like I said, that comment was just made no sense. It's pure ignorance to me.
Now, the second comment that pissed me off was the people who was coming in, leave Ellen alone. They need to stop lying on her. Excuse me. Can you tell me exactly when you met Ellen?
Right.
How long have y'all known each other?
Right.
Did you meet in the sandbox? Was it kindergarten? Or better yet, was it kindergarten? Because, you know, some of us went to kindergarten. So was it kindergarten? Exactly how long did you know Ellen?
Yeah, true that.
You feel so confident and hopping on the internet and telling other people to stop lying on this woman and be nice to this woman and leave this woman alone.
Yeah.
Now, you know, I like Ellen. It was just 2 podcasts ago that I said that I would, if I had the opportunity to go out to dinner with someone, I would want to go with Ellen, Michelle Obama, and Maya Angelou. I said it. But at the same damn time, I know that I do not know Ellen on a personal level. I do not know what that woman is like behind closed doors.
That's right.
I don't know how she treats people once the lights go off and the cameras go off.
That's very true. But you know what, too? I was sitting there thinking, like, do you think it could be one of those things where, okay, you got a few disgruntled employees, but then once they're on to something and they see it, the wheels churning and it could become something big. Now you're getting the Me Too kind of, and I'm not using Me Too, please.
Right.
Don't think I'm using the whole Me Too moment. I'm actually saying Me Too.
Right.
You think it could be something like that? Or do you really believe it's just the whole work environment is toxic?
I would think if it was like 2 or 3 of them, I'd be like, oh, what y'all mad about? What happened? Y'all ain't get that raise. Y'all didn't get to dance like her and Twitch.
Right.
It's 11 of them jokers.
No, I'm thinking, like, do you think some jumped on the bandwagon?
Oh, I mean, anything is possible. And that's why the investigation is so important.
Right.
Like, they can bring somebody in and they can interview everybody.
That's true.
Now, with those investigations, though, are there going to be people that's like, hey, I ain't saying nothing because I'm due for a raise next month or a promotion?
Yeah.
Like, I don't know what y'all talking about. They have brought me a Christmas tree. I don't know.
That's facts. And you're going to get those people. You hit it right on the head.
Yes, you are.
Get some. That's I'm out of it. Like, I'm good. Me personally, I'm all right. I'm comfortable. You know?
Yeah.
So we'll see.
I don't know. Yeah, and that's all we can do. All we can do is just wait and see what's going to happen. I mean, it is what it is. You know, also, my last point in all of this before we move on is, did you hear anything about Ellen supposedly being one of the people that went to Pedo Island with Jeffrey Epstein?
What? She got thrown in there too?
She got thrown in the bag too.
Wow. Because every day I feel like it's a different.
Just throw it in the bag. They done threw Ellen in the Epstein bag, girl.
Yes, that's what it's like. Every day is somebody added to the bag. Every day. Wow. No, I didn't know that.
Not even that, Karla. On top of them throwing her in the Epstein bag, they also said that Ellen is selling pillows on Wayfair that got missing kids in them, or she's selling.
Y'all going too far. They go too far.
I'm sorry. Okay, I said I wasn't gonna laugh in this segment at all, but see what happened when I look up.
You gotta laugh. You gotta laugh a little.
Okay, so. Just a sidebar conversation, because I had not planned on us talking about this at all. But Karla, have you heard anything about this Wayfair conspiracy with missing children and women and sex trafficking and selling cabinets and pillows on Wayfair for $9 million and 9,000 something?
You know what?
I'm sorry.
You done gave me more. Girl, I almost got caught up in that web probably a few weeks, maybe 3-4 weeks ago. And I had to stop because when I got to a certain point, I was like, nah, this sounds just too conspiracy theory-ish.
Okay, so here's the thing. Now, I didn't, with my own two eyes, see the cabinets that was named like LaQuisha or John Tavius. I didn't see the cabinets myself, but I saw like this video that was rotating around. But what was weird was one of the girls that they said was missing, whose name was on the cabinet, they said she got on Twitter and was like, F out of here. I ain't missing. I'm at work. But so then somebody came back to me and was like, but what if they had her held hostage and had her send out the tweet to get people off get her off her trail?
See what these internet streets do? Some folks, I'm gonna need y'all to come up off of Reddit.
I don't know, Karla. All I'm saying.
No, I don't know either, but I didn't get deep into it, but to me, it sounds real far out. Too many pieces that just didn't connect for me.
It does sound hella far-fetched.
Yeah.
But listen, when I tell you how they always say like documentaries can be persuasive and stuff, man, that little internet clip that I saw floating around, I was like, gosh darn it, they selling the babies in the cabinets. They had me for Karla.
Cabinet babies.
They had me for like 48 hours. They had me. I was in.
Wow. It's not hard. It's not. That's why I pulled away. You heard me say I almost got caught in the web. That's why I pulled away.
It'd be rough. Yeah. So what we'll do is we'll keep you posted on this whole Ellen situation. And I guess we just have to wait for the investigation to be completed. Then we can come back and find out what's really going on over there at the Ellen show. But they want us to be very, very clear that Ellen is not a part of the investigation. This is what's going on behind the scenes. After she's out there dancing and carrying on, this is what's going on behind the scenes. So we'll just say, we'll keep a close eye on that. But in the meantime, be kind. Ellen always hit you with that. Be kind. Yeah, you be kind too, Ellen.
That's a good one. Yes, right.
At the end of the day, if your hair grow out 2-3 more inches, you will fit the perfect description of a Karen. So you just better tread lightly.
Tread lightly. Yeah, true that.
Shoot. All right. So anyway, on Monday, Megan Thee Stallion took to Instagram and quote unquote broke her silence about this incident that involved Tory Lanez, where she ended up getting shot. Now, when I say she broke her silence, she didn't get on there and spill tea. Right. She broke her silence. She was silent. She was on Instagram talking. When Debo come up, I shut up. But when he leave, I'll be talking again. And that's basically what she did. So she got on Instagram Live, and I didn't realize that she curses so much. Like, Megan Thee Stallion is one of those people who just inject curse words where it's not even necessary. Yeah. Like how the Atlanta dudes be like, man, I went down to the goddamn store, like she literally MF this, MF that, MF this, MF that, shit that she just curses for no good reason. It's almost like curse words are her commas or her dot,
Right.
dot, dot, dot,
Her
dots.
punctuation, right? Yeah.
And just the words in between the words, you know, the spaces when you write words, she just cuss
Yeah.
words in the spaces. But anyway, so that was one thing because I'm not very familiar with Megan Thee Stallion. And I say that
Right.
I know her little song, I'm a savage, classy, bougie, and ratchet, and smacky hit.
For real.
Yeah, I'm serious, you know. So I'm familiar with her in that space. I can tell you,
Right.
I can point her out in the lineup. Like, there she go. That's her right there. The one with the big boobs and the big thighs and the big booty. That's her right there. She's pretty. She wears really nice weaves. That's her.
Right.
But as far as like knowing how she talks, how she like how she speaks. So that was my first time yesterday being introduced to that. So I was a little taken aback by how she curses like a sailor, but whatever. Hey, she was in her feelings. I guess she just had to get it out.
Yeah.
So she comes on and she wanted to speak out, but she didn't want to appear salty, even though she was Morton's as hell. Does that make sense?
Nah, that makes a lot of sense.
You could be mad as hell trying to act like you unbothered, but you really mad.
Yep. Trying to reel it in, just trying to keep it under. Yeah, you know, keep it up, keep yourself cool.
Absolutely. And that is what she was doing. So she basically confirmed that she got shot multiple times, but I did not know she literally got shot in each foot.
Yeah, that's crazy. I didn't know that until she said it either. That's a damn shame.
You got shot in both of your foots.
Yep. Both
of them. So she got shot in both of her feet. Of course, she had to undergo surgery. We already knew that because she said that in her little release press statement or whatever.
Right.
And then she went on, but never mentioned Tori by name. She did say that she never put her hands on anybody. She didn't do anything to deserve to get shot because there are a few narratives that are floating around. One of the narratives that I heard, and I'm only sharing it in case you haven't heard, I'm not trying to push this along as this is truth.
Right.
One narrative that was floating around that she said is definitely not true is that she had attacked Tori and he shot her in self-defense.
Right. I heard that too.
But again, she never mentioned his name. So let's be clear on that. She said, I didn't put my hands on nobody. And she said she didn't deserve to be shot. So she went ahead and kind of canceled out that whole theory or algorithm, whatever you want to use if you've been on social media a lot. But so she just like, that's not true. Then she went on to talk about how she lost her mom. Her mom was her best friend. She doesn't have either of her parents. She's 25 years old. She tried to surround herself with people and she never really gave herself time to heal. No shit, Sherlock. We knew that. We at home looking at that. Like, okay. Anytime people keep a whole bunch of people around them all the time, they are trying not to be alone for a reason.
Yeah. Most of the time, yeah, it's true.
They don't want to be alone with their thoughts. They don't want to be alone in the house, anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so that is the moment where she kind of broke down and got emotional a little bit, talking about her mom. And, that's understandable. But she also addressed the people who got the jokey jokes. So that would be Miss Chrissy Teigen, Miss Drea Michelle, and Mr. 50 Cent, and Mr. Cameron. Cameron went as far as saying that Tory Lanez, I don't know how he exactly worded it, but he basically said that Meg was a transgender. And when Tory Lanez saw the schlong is when he shot her.
I did see that. That was Cam. Wow. I didn't know who that was. That was hard.
Cameron. Yeah, that was Cameron.
What's so sad and all this, not to cut you off. Everyone that you're naming, that girl is 25 years old. Number one, they're men. The majority of ones that make fun of her are men. You named one woman, right? Drea, right? Everyone else.
And Chrissy. Chrissy Teigen too.
So two. 50 is, how old is 50? 50 years old? Is he close to 50? He's 40 something. My whole point is, look at the age. Look at who's making fun of her. That's a damn disgrace.
It is.
It is. That girl had to even address it. You understand what I'm saying? Like, can you imagine back in the day or your OGs, they supposed to be like the OGs, clowning you. You got clowned, but you ain't get clowned in public. They get you to the side.
Right.
What you do for that boy to shoot you in your damn feet?
Exactly. Exactly.
But like, darn.
Exactly.
That's just all I wanted to add.
And but again, that's a great point that you made, because imagine she's at home. We still don't know what she actually went through that led up to her being shot.
Exactly.
But then people that she may have actually liked, people that she may have actually kicked it with, people that she may have actually hoped or looked forward to possibly working with, They are the ones that's clowning. Now, I did hear, and I have yet to confirm because I am scared to slide in Rihanna's DMs and ask her about it, because y'all know me and Rihanna be DMing each other, but I try to keep it low. I don't like to flex our relationship publicly, you know what I'm saying? Try to keep that thing like Meek Mill Milano, but we'll get to that in a minute. But
right.
I want to slide in Rihanna's DMs so bad and ask her if it is true that Drea got dropped from Fenty.
Ooh,
because of those
that's
remarks.
Word on the street.
That's the word on the street. That's the scoop on the block that Drea has gotten dropped. Now, I don't have anything outside of speculation and the fact that she has been completely scrubbed off of the Fenty social media pages. But that would explain why she started apologizing so profusely.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Because Rihanna, too, is a victim of domestic violence. See, you wasn't thinking about that when you was making your little joke.
You never put two and two together. I didn't even think about that. That's a great point.
I didn't think about it either until the word hit the street that she might have got dropped from Fenty. I did not think about it either. But that would explain why her second apology was to all victims of domestic violence. I uplift Black women. I uplift women, especially Black women. I bet. You should have said especially Barbadian women. I uplift all Barbadian women. I'm going to crop over. Even though it was shut down for COVID-19, I'm still going. I'm going to wear my little outfit I put together with the leaves in the backyard. But I'm going to be there.
Yes.
But it's like... But see, the thing is, I don't feel sorry for Drea. Whatever Drea gets is what she gets.
Absolutely.
Because number one, she made the statement after being a victim of domestic violence. Okay. So I ain't going to start pulling her Carfax report.
That's right.
I'm let her Carfax report be great. But you made that remark after being a victim of domestic violence yourself. But to add insult to injury, before you got ready to say that dumb shiznit, Van warned you to shut up. And he warned you that they was going to cancel your, and you said it anyway.
See, the clout was calling her. Sometimes they think they're going to get, I think sometimes when they make that mistake, something in their head, just tell them, do it. Mm-hmm. They won't destroy you.
You'll survive. You survive once. You'll survive. You won't be a hot topic. You will trend for 3 days. Go for it, Drea.
Yeah.
Damn the fact that your baby boy was making his own food while you was dancing. You go for it. Nobody will ever bring that up again.
Girl, okay?
I'm just saying.
Wow. That's the
effect. Speaking of it, actually issued an apology to Megan Thee Stallion. And the apology was so half-ass.
Yeah, that's why I asked that.
Is 50 Cent really capable of issuing an apology that is noteworthy? I mean,
that's a great question. No, I don't. Yeah, true that. Nah, not at all.
Even on his sorriest day, it sounded like he playing you again.
Yeah, that's true.
And so, with that being said, he said something to the effect like, "Oh, I didn't know you was really hurt. I'm so sorry. The child got shot multiple times as someone who has taken 9 bullets."
Exactly.
You would know that being shot is not a laughing matter. I don't even care if her fingernail, her coffin nail got shot off her pinky. She still got shot. It is, but anyway, it's 50
and you're
Cent.
A man. Yeah, and that's the part that bothered me. Like, you're a man. Like, 50, stop. Just stop. But yeah, well, But
Karla, what do you really expect from someone who could disconnect, disown, degrade
their own child,
denounce his own child?
Yeah, true that. True.
So
just leave that right at that. That's okay. The truth.
We'll leave that on that. So, just continue prayers to Megan Thee Stallion. I do feel like while her Instagram press conference, while she was very emotional and so on and so forth, I really feel like maybe a PR person possibly told her, okay, it's time for you to go ahead and say something, because sis was dialed up. It wasn't even like it was I'm laying on the couch and I'm getting ready to speak out. Hair done, nails done, jewelry laid, makeup beat. It was a full on press conference. It was like she had her own little red table talk on social media yesterday. And at the end of the day, she does not owe us an explanation as to what actually happened that day. All I ask is that she moves carefully. She is too fresh in the game, too early in the game to risk. I mean, listen, it was a blessing. It was her feet.
I know. And even that's still serious because we don't know the rehab it's going to require after the fact. We're looking like, she shot, they removed the bullets. That girl got to go through rehab.
Well, she did say that she was blessed enough that the bullets didn't hit anything that was important.
Okay.
That's a blessing.
Yeah, that is a blessing. Feet still ain't going to be the same. Think about it. I ain't never been shot.
High heels.
I ain't never been shot, but you ever drop frozen meat on your foot?
Ooh.
I'm just saying.
That's when I just be like, just chop it off. Hoopta Kente me. I don't want it no more. Just chop it off. Girl, that'd be terrible.
Yeah, that is.
It's terrible. Or, girl, I'll be ready to cash out and go to the crossroads with Uncle Charles, y'all, when I hit my toe on the edge of the bed. And I got a pat on my bed, too. Chop, please.
Yeah. That's the worst. That's the worst.
Man.
But shout out to Meg, though, because I really felt bad for her.
Yeah, I do. I do feel bad for her. And, the insult to injury is the jokes and all that. But one last little note. Her hotties go hard because they have literally started a petition to have Tory Lanez deported.
Did they?
They have started. It nearly has 15,000 signatures. Right before we hopped on the podcast, it has about 15,000 signatures. They want Tory Lanez deported. As far as I'm concerned, Tory Lanez may have already left. Have you seen him anywhere?
Nah, I'm about to ask you. He's been with MIA since it's happened, right? Radio silent, right?
Did he ever bail out of jail?
That's a good question.
Nah, he out. He out of jail. Because if he was still in jail, that joke would be all over the place if he was still in jail. Yeah, that's
true. Because I was going to say, I ain't heard, since it's happened, I haven't heard. It went radio silent with him. He
literally vanished like a fart.
Yeah.
Like you just don't see him or hear about anything about him. But he has been trending on social media. He continues to trend on social media. So he's probably somewhere in a bunker in somebody's basement, dressed in army fatigues with a camouflage hat on and just with a phone in his hand, just reading the comments, reading the trending topics all about him. But so they have launched a petition. I just might go sign it because, I cannot pass up on a good petition. I think I'm going to do it.
Me neither. It's like an addiction.
It is. I got it down to a sign. It's like, name, city, state. Name, city, state.
Right? That's funny.
I might slide through and sign the Tory Lanez petition just off of GP. Because I really feel like if he hadn't done anything wrong, he would have jumped out the closet by now and said, I'm innocent.
Come on, it's Tory Lanez. Tory Lanez, when you get him in front of, he can't shut up. He's the king of clout chasing. If he didn't do it, we would still be hearing about it.
Yep.
You know that. You hit that right on the head.
Yep, absolutely. All right, so we'll keep you guys updated on that if we actually get the story of what happened. But at this point in time, I think it's going to go to the grave with both of them unless criminal charges are being filed. So we'll just leave it at that. But Karla, I'm coming through these Philly streets. I need to talk about Meek Mill for a second.
Oh, man. Poor Meek.
Meek Mill, I feel like he's problematic, Karla. I'm sorry.
Damn. That's right. This is from the gate.
Yeah. Meek is problematic. And he first started showing signs of being problematic when he caught that case of Twitter fingers on Drake a while back. And then when he told Nicki Minaj the tea on Safari to separate them so he could infiltrate the camp. And infiltrate them draws too. But and then then he was still doing things that was violating his probation, even though he had the worst probation in the history of mankind. Right. But Meek Mill don't do well with the ladies.
Nah, it's not looking like it. It is not looking good for Meek. His track record is not great. Yeah, that track record ain't looking good, Meek. You're doing North Philly bad now. You're doing North Philly.
Karla, you so Philly. You like, I ain't about to shit on my people from Philly. You can say whatever you want to say. I'm going to just chill up here. I got to live with these people. They're going to see me in the grocery store.
Listen, Hey, you already know. But you know me, I agree with you. It's even though Meek's from Philly, but Meek, I'm like you. Meek's it's always something with Meek. You know, it's never, you hear positive stuff, but it's rare. It's always something. He's caught up with something. He stays with some drama. Let's keep it real. The most positive thing that is his music and the prison reform stuff. Everything else is foolishness.
Everything else is foolishness.
I'm just keeping it,
but at least he found something to kind of balance things out. But the reason why he's on our docket today is because he took to Twitter to announce he and Melania, aka Lars, that he and Milan were splitting up. But bruh, you never claimed that y'all was together.
That's what threw me off.
So why was he so gung-ho about announcing their split? Did he just assume that we knew they were together? I mean, and then the split comes literally, 3 months after they welcome a baby boy?
Yeah, that's the part that was kind of crazy. It was like, whoa, now you y'all just had a baby. I didn't even know they was together. So to hear it, it was like, all right, well, maybe his fans knew something off. His serious fans. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the fans be knowing the extras,
And they do. But he, when he got on Twitter, he announced that they decided to just be friends and still all love. The usual spiel, like we're still all love between us. We just decided to co-parent and be friends and all that. And everybody was just like, why he waste that girl time? Yeah, he done got that girl. Not that she done had a baby. Now you just want to be friends.
Yeah.
Now, some other people pointed out that this announcement came on the heels of Nicki Minaj announcing her pregnancy. Now, I wasn't going to do it. I didn't want to be that person. I didn't want to make the connection, the correlation, and none of the above.
Right.
But, I mean, it is uncanny.
Yeah, that's weird. That's a little strange. I never put the two together. Like, I'm this is new. You just hit me with that one now. I'm like, wait a minute.
I'm like, I don't know. But basically in his tweet, let me just read the tweet. He said, me and Milano decided to remain friends and build our child as separate parents. We still have mad love for each other, but we both came to an understanding. I made a lot of paper last year. Everything got different with a lot of people I helped. So I got to reevaluate myself. It will happen to anybody with success and power. Grow, stay strong, and move forward.
Why all Meek's tweets sound like copy and paste? Like he just rerun them, like he go back to old tweets and just run them back. I don't know.
Just change people names out.
Like I've heard this before. I just do. This sounds so familiar.
I don't know. Maybe this that Billy talk that Damon Dash was saying that he and Kanye do that poor people can't understand. Maybe that's what this is. Maybe this Billy talk. And we don't quite
know. I don't get it.
I don't know. But I would say this. Milano loves being a mom, so she gonna keep on momming at this point and just hopefully God will send her a good man and that she can have a good relationship with. But yeah. All right. So Meek Mill is back on the market. Whatever that means. Just whatever that means.
We'll see.
So I got some exciting baby news. So Ciara and Russell Wilson welcomed their baby boy, Wynn Harrison Wilson.
Oh, I actually like that.
It's a different kind of bread when you just start naming your kids actions and verbs. You
right.
name your child a verb, you in a different tax bracket.
Like, true that.
I'm gonna just name him Wynn. No. Just all we do is win, no matter what.
Yes.
So beautiful.
I thought that was such a dope name. That is such a dope for that. I mean, just look at if you look at them in that name, it says it all.
It fits.
Yeah.
I mean, but literally, you in your house, you have a Russell, you have a Ciara, you have a Sienna, you have a Future, and you have a Win.
There it is.
So if you line them up in the right, like if you line them up right, you can make a sentence.
True that.
If you line that family up right,
that's true. That is very true. Wow.
Yeah. Beautiful baby, Karla. Beautiful baby. He's so beautiful.
Oh, he got beautiful parents.
He sure do.
You know?
He sure do. You know, Russell got to be careful because Russell will have me sitting up in here looking at my husband sideways. Please, Russell Wilson, if you're listening to this particular episode, can you fall back just a little bit? Right. You're starting to make it uncomfortable in my house. You're
a lot of houses, right?
You're making it uncomfortable. But congratulations to the beautiful Wilson family. And what else I thought was so cute. Not only did he flood the house with all kind of balloons and flower bears and all kind of stuff for Sierra to come home with the baby. Mm-hmm. They had a ice cream party for Future and Sienna to celebrate them being a big sister and a big brother.
Oh, that is just too cute.
Absolutely adorable. Cute. Absolutely adorable. Listen, meanwhile, I came home. I just was like, can you keep the dog out of here? The dog was going crazy. Yeah, but I came home, my baby. But yeah, so congratulations to the Wilson family, Russell, Sierra, Sienna, Future. And all we do is win, no matter what.
Yes. Too dope.
Yeah, that's dope. Okay. I'll live with it. Okay. So, real quick, Tamar Braxton. I wanted to touch on this, and I'm not going to stay on it long, but this was one of the stories that bust the site wide open. Tamar's boyfriend, David Adifeso, released a statement, and basically he said, Tamar is getting the best treatment possible. She's in very good hands. She's had a lot of challenges along the way. And I think a lot of people were really tuned into this because they wanted David to say something to make it make sense with Tamar's entire situation, right? Where she allegedly tried to take her own life. But sometimes I got to log off the internet because I heard a conspiracy theory that I can't shake.
Really?
And I literally prayed on it last night because I was like, should I say this on the podcast? Or should I not say this on the podcast? Because sometimes in relaying just information that you have heard, people take it as you co-signing said information. Yeah. So I will just say it like this to the best of my ability. Mm-hmm. There are a group of people who believe this entire thing was staged.
Wow, really? Why though? For publicity, just like a big publicity thing or what?
In an effort to get out of the contract with we. The same way there was a group of people who felt like Mace found Jesus
to get out of that bad boy contract.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
I hope not. I really hope this isn't, a valid rumor. I hope there's no truth to it. I really do.
Okay. So let me just point out some of the points that were brought up, and then I'm going to back up off of it and sit my cup down, and I'll let y'all just do whatever the rest of the listeners, ICC friends, whatever y'all want to do with it. The first point that was pointed out was who stays at a hotel in the middle of a pandemic, because in most cases, hotels aren't really safe, especially a hotel in the same town, city, or state that you live in. The next was, but that can make, I have an answer for that. Sometimes you just need a staycation to get away from your house, right?
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say. I was waiting for you to go through them all first, but it's still during a pandemic. It's a little iffy, but could be anything. Okay.
It could be a staycation. We're going to call it a staycation. Yeah. Okay? It was a staycation. Second point was they drew the attention to the 911 call where David started to, and remember last week I talked about the 911 call. I said it tore me up, hurt my heart to hear him talking. But then the other point was made with the 911 call was like, when someone is in a situation where you think they have possibly tried to take their own life and they are unresponsive, which is the scariest place to be with someone who you believe may have tried to take their own life. David was on the phone with the 911 operator talking about we contracts and her contracts with we, and that she was just so upset. And it's like, contract.
Why would you be discussing that with a dispatcher, a 911 dispatcher? You have a good point.
That's a little weird, but there are some people like me who would be frantic, hollering, screaming. And then there's some people who can just stay cool as a cucumber in the middle of hell. So I was like, well, maybe he's one of those people, but then, cause he did break down and start crying towards the end.
Right.
And, so it was and there was some other points that I really don't want to go into just out of respect. I feel like I've already crossed the line, maybe already just sharing this, but, the theory kind of helped me. The theory of it being staged helped me better digest her being willing to leave Logan behind. You see what I'm saying? Because remember I kept saying like, I just don't understand. I just don't see her leaving Logan. I just don't see her being so upset about a weed contract or a reality TV series. And I also have to stand corrected and correct an error on my part, because in my reporting, I saw where they were saying that part of her anger was having to work with Mona Scott Young. Well, I watched a sneak peek of Tamar's new show, and she wanted to work with Mona Scott Young. She literally sat at the table and promised that she wouldn't back out of this contract to do this show. She wouldn't get upset and pull out anything, any way, shape, or form. They were literally holding hands across the table, like making a pact that they were going to see this thing through together. Okay. So the whole thing about her being so upset because they brought Mona Scott Young in to do her show was shot down as a lie. Mm-hmm. I saw it with my own two eyes. Unless they are two of the best actors and actresses on the planet. Right. Tamar wanted Mona. Okay. He wanted Mona. So, that is just something that came across my radar, and I just wanted to throw it back out into the atmosphere. I do implore everyone to just do your own research. And if you just feel like it don't even matter, just pray. Just pray for Tamar. Yeah. Because it's plain to see that she's at her wit's end, no matter what's going on. Right. She has had about a damn enough. Yeah.
It's sad. Either way, it's sad. It's something going on, you know? So
yeah. And now reports have flipped the script on her man, saying that he's controlling and he's this and he's that and he's not all he's cracked up to be. And I'm just like, Lord, I'm gonna put a condo on my wrist, girl. I'm cashing out. Like, I'm not doing this with y'all. I'm not doing with y'all, So that's part of the challenge of being a public figure and living in the public eye, because when you go through your own mess, like imagine the worst dumb stuff you go through at home, but then you have to get online and listen to other people discuss it.
Yeah, it's nuts.
I couldn't do it.
No, I'm definitely not built for it.
I be in my feelings when somebody get on the site and be like, why you use this picture? What you mean? Why I use this picture? You know how many times I've been sued over pictures I use what is available for me to use. I'm not getting sued over nobody. You gonna help me pay this lawsuit?
There it is.
You gonna help me pay this attorney? Is you?
Yes, right.
So speaking of a prayer request, please send up your prayers for Michael Keith of 112. Now, for those of you who may not be 112 inclined, Michael Keith is the juicy one. I'll call him the juicy one. Apparently, he contracted COVID-19 and he was diagnosed on the very same day that they were releasing their new single. Now, so it's funny because when I wrote about it, I'm like, okay, send up prayers for Michael Keith of 112. And the moment I sent it up, I immediately get an email. It was like literally I hit post. It was like bling, like who emailing me? His publicist. Hi, thanks so much for writing about Mike. Would you like to interview Slim? He's still doing press for the record.
Wow.
I was like, this
God darn. They just swooped in. I was like, goodness, junk. Wow, she was on it, gotten on it. She was like, oh, by the way, wow.
It's like junk mail.
Hey, I can
listen. For those of you who do not know, I am no longer a 112 fan. I'm gonna just keep it real cute. I am no longer a 112 fan. The moment that they became 56, I cashed out. Listen, I need all four dudes hitting their poorly timed choreography together as they sing some of the most beautiful tunes on the planet.
You support.
That is it. I can't do 56.
Nah.
I can't do 24. I need 112. I need all 4 gentlemen. And the fact that they split, it was a nasty split. I've seen court documents. I got the inside scoop from some of the members, and I understand why the split happened, and it was messy. And I don't want to interview nobody. I'm gonna need all 4 of y'all together, or I want all or none.
Yeah, that's it. We can't do it. 112 ain't 112. It has to be 112, like you said, or it don't work.
How you gonna sing a song? They be like the S, the L, the I, the M. He just by himself. Okay, I'm good. That's be like, thank you so much. I'm gonna go ahead and pass. But I appreciate you reaching out. I'm going to continue to pray for Mike, though.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, exactly. Wow.
I'm going to keep Mike uplifted in prayer, but yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, prayers up to him, though. I'm sorry to hear he,
Yeah.
positive, but.
Yeah, y'all, just a reminder, please, be safe, wear your mask, social distance, stop acting like this thing doesn't matter.
Yeah, please.
Wash your hands, wash your ass, wash your mouth out. It's anything you need to do. Okay. So just please continue to be safe, because some of y'all are out here moving and shaking like Rona left on Memorial Day when y'all tried to officially cancel the pandemic. Yeah. It's still out here moving and shaking. Okay. So, Karla, I need to, I don't know if you heard about this. Girl. Ciao. Juicy J.
Oh, gosh. Yeah. Let's talk about that.
Step to the streets of Twitter and said he would like a versus battle with Nas. Not Little Nas X. Godson, Queensbridge finest, Nas Oludara Jones. He wants a
Listen, first of all, look, when you say he hopped out of them streets, you forgot to say he hopped out of them streets and ran into a damn wall. Because ain't no way in this world. Come on. I can't even. That was definitely he was seeking. That's what he's just trying to look for attention again. That's what that was. He just wanted some attention again.
Juicy J was at home sipping on some scissor. Sipping on some scissor. I said, oh, he been sipping on that scissor.
That's not even come on, Juicy. When I heard it, I thought like it was a joke at first. I thought he was playing. I still think he's playing.
I just thought he forgot to write Lil in front of it, like Lil Nas X. I was like, he cannot be talking about Illmatic, Stillmatic, Godson. Yes. He cannot be talking about Nazi.
You talk about one of the greatest in most people's top 5.
But to add insult to injury, there were people on Twitter that was saying Juicy J would wash Nas in the versus.
It's always gonna be somebody, right?
It just messed with my soul. It made me weary. But the fact that Timberland didn't even acknowledge
for what? What does he want to? That would do him it would not help him benefit versus at all.
No. But you know what I also find interesting? It's getting to the point now where Timberland and Swiss Beats are literally scrounging. Like, and it's with all due respect that I say that, they are literally scrounging. If Timberland has to ask people who do they want to see in a versus battle, and they don't even have people in mind or people they want to reach out to, they're scrounging. The fact that Chris Brown, they tried to, the public tried to lure Chris Brown and Usher into a versus battle, which became a thing.
Right.
Well, just for GP, Chris Brown and Usher, who you got?
That's actually tough. That's something I would have to think about. I think you got to give me a little bit. Who you got? Well, I think that's pretty close.
You know what? In all fairness, because even if you take it back to, if you went back to Yo and Run It Chris Brown, you could meet that with Usher's, what's that first little jam he had with Diddy?
You make me, you make me want.
No, even further back when he was like 14.
Oh, Think of You. It was like,
yes. Think of you. That Think of You and Yo, that's true. That's around. That's around.
I'm telling you, it's tough. It's not something you really can just come out and say. It's going to be tight.
You take
now. I feel like Chris has more. Now, if we go off, if you really sit and think about it, I feel like Chris Brown has more hits overall.
Now, my question to you: Chris Brown may have overall hits, but Usher has monster hits that have lasted years and years and years. So then how do you gauge that?
That's very true. That's what makes a good versus, though. That's why I feel like that one actually would be a really, really, really good versus.
It would be a good versus. It would be the versus that Timberland and Swiss Beats dreamed about, but Chris Brown said he ain't battling shit.
Wow.
Chris Brown said, the only versus battle I will do is whip myself. Now, to me, even if he felt that way, the fact that he jumped out there and said it with his chest the way that he did made him look real arrogant.
Yeah, and think about if Chris actually did a versus. Like, it would help. I feel like it would.
It would help. And because here's another thing, Chris got so much personality. Listen, the way Snoop danced through that versus battle, you see Chris and Usher hitting little moves and little
space. That's the only thing I was going to say. They're going to need more space with them two. They're going to need a lot of space.
They are going to need a lot of space because Chris turns up and Usher be stepping out of shoes and carrying on. And so, it's, I don't know, that would actually be a good battle. But the fact that Chris was like, the only person I'll battle is myself, and Timberland was like, I got an idea, bruh. Now y'all, come on, man. Like, y'all be acting real desperate now. The man said he ain't battling nobody. Go find somebody. Go and get Juicy J and bring Lil Nas X and just say you misunderstood.
If he put Lil Nas, and Lil Nas X people sleeping, he might win.
Listen. Shoot, Panini my jam. I like Panini. Panini my little jam. Okay, so speaking of verses, since we're already here, I think it's only right that we revisit the conversation that we had last week.
Oh, yeah. I know you're ready.
Concerning and concerning Snip Doggy. So, Karla, after watching, because I called you 1,000,001 times during the versus battle.
Oh, we was on it. Yes, that was a great night.
And I actually, wait a minute, I made notes. Remember I told you I was going to make some notes. Where is my
notes? You really made those notes?
I did. I just got to find the notes. Wait a minute. Let's see. When did that versus battle take place? Because I made some notes. Oh, here we go. There go my notes. Look, there they go.
Got them.
I got my notes. Okay, so just another thing. Let me see. My notes consist of DMX and Snoop Dogg standing side by side look like the number 10.
Girl, you was and did.
DMX chair shimmy was sending me. That little chair shimmy he did, they look like when you in the club and your feet get tired, you try to wear them cute heels and your feet get chair. That little chair shimmy. DMX's chair shimmy versus Snoop Dogg's crip walking, it was a tough one. But when they put that hip hop Harry track behind Snoop Dogg on the internet streets,
hands down,
Snoop won. DMX with the red cup that he kept trying to trick us into believing was Kool-Aid. I see your ex. I won't tell if you won't tell.
Right.
First appearance, DMX was eating good. Okay.
Very good.
He'd been eating long enough. Stop being greedy. Your boy was eating. He was looking good. He had that little midsection sitting out there. Nice and healthy. DMX was also, he may have been eating a little too good, or he may have ate right before, because he was a little lethargic throughout the battle. Now, DMX, I love you, baby. I love you. I love you, okay? But your boy was a little lethargic. He would get up and give some energy, and he would sit down. After he get done performing, he was huffing and puffing. I said, somebody pass this man his inhaler. But he still delivered. He still delivered.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Another note that I took, was it just me? Or did anybody else peep that little poke coming through on Snoop?
Oh, no, I didn't. I ain't even. Damn, you done put me on to something that I didn't even peep.
You may have to run it back. I was like,
Okay.
I see a little poke coming through on you. I was like, okay, DMX with the little, Snoop Dogg with the little poke coming through in them. Baby, somebody said Snoop Dogg was dressed like a child that you let dress themselves. So I see a little poke coming through on Snoop. But my last point is, did you notice when Snoop Dogg, I think DMX was performing, Snoop Dogg got up because he was hyped, whatever song it was, and somebody on the sideline told DMX to sit down?
No, I probably was too hyped. They did?
Mm-hmm. Somebody told DMX to sit down.
Wow.
And because he literally looked over and was like, all right, like,
wow.
Now,
why?
Can we keep it 100 and act like, and keep it all the way 100 and not sit here and act like we don't know that Swiss Beats was being DMX's keeper throughout that entire battle?
Oh, yeah.
Like, there were moments where you could literally see Swiss on the side, like, instructing DMX, put your cup down or calm down or give it some more energy. So,
yeah.
And I appreciate Swiss, for being his brother's keeper. But when they told him, apparently there's a fire somewhere because somebody is blowing up my phone. Can you hear my text messages coming through?
No. Somebody, you going to say a fire must be. I know that's right.
Apparently there's a fire.
Exploding. Oh,
Lord. But anyway, let me tell y'all something. Getting caught up in a group text is worse than getting caught in a gunfire.
Oh, yeah.
You have a better chance of surviving the gunfire.
Yes. Yes.
But so anyway, with that being said, it was a great versus battle. I enjoyed it.
It was.
The songs, the music, the interaction, I absolutely loved it.
Yeah, it was great. It was good stuff. Everything you said is facts. I just was happy to see how can I say it? A juicy DMX is a drug-free, healthy DMX. I guess that's where when I saw him, I kind of smiled because I'm like, okay, I know he's healthy. But I feel like he had the disadvantage was that we lost that X energy, that high energy you used to seeing. And I think that is what made him, some people say he lost, some say it's a tie. Myself personally, I feel like he probably lost. And I think it's mainly because of energy and also song. I think Swiss did him. Some of the selections when it was time to pick certain songs, I wondered about the selection and the timing of it. DMX, right. It was like watching a fighter behind like 5 rounds and you just starting to tell him to counterpunch.
Yeah, I got you.
You know what I'm saying? It was kind of, especially because Swiss is DMX's DJ, so really he had the advantage.
Right.
That was his DJ. So,
right.
But it was great. It was after Beanie Man and Bounty Killer, it's my favorite.
Yeah, it was great for the culture. And just to see both of them just go up for each other, you know what I'm saying? Like,
awesome.
Yeah. So, that was awesome. That was awesome. So I just wanted to go ahead and circle back around to that because, we had such a spirited debate about that last week. Another situation I wanted to update you on. Governor Kemp apparently has had a change of heart with this lawsuit against Keisha Lance's Bible.
I thought he would.
He said something to the effect of he canceled the emergency hearing that was supposed to be set for today. But he said he did it because Keisha conceded something that heartened him. And I said, oh, so he better because now she finally backing up or doing what he want her to do. Let me tell you something. If I could.
Yeah.
Okay, I can't say certain things over the air. I'll have people at my door. But oh, okay. So now you gonna let her live because now she backing down the way you want her to. Mm-hmm. Or you look at it or you view it as her backing down.
Right. That's how politics goes,
All right, F out of here. So just some quick TV scoop. For those of you who love Sweet Magnolias on Netflix, it has been renewed for a 2nd season. But all my peoples that go down to P-Valley. Yes, ma'am. P-Valley. Yes, that is my show. So P-Valley is the new hit strip club series on Starz. Karla, 3 episodes in, they have already got a season 2 renewal.
Wow.
3 episodes.
That's big. That's huge. Shout out to them.
Yes.
Nice.
Shout out to them. Shout out to Brandy Evans. Shout out to J. Alphonse Nicholson. You know, they came on and chatted with me about the series. And I think, Karla, in celebration of P-Valley being renewed for a second season, I think I'm going to just release the audio of that interview. Just release it as like a separate special podcast episode.
Okay.
How does that sound?
Good idea. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I'll go ahead and do that to celebrate my folks over at P-Valley. Congratulations to Katori Hall. She actually had a play called, you know, P-Valley.
Okay.
Yeah. And she flipped it into a television show. She said this was 10 years in the making. And 10 years in the making, 3 episodes in, get a season 2 renewal. She did that. What did she do? That. Yeah, she did.
Shout out to her.
Yes. And some more TV scoop, Umbrella Academy season 2 premieres this Friday, July 31st on Netflix.
Hey.
Umbrella Academy. I love that show. So Destiny and I plan to rewatch season 1 just to kind of get refreshed and get ready for that.
Yeah.
Also, this Friday, Beyonce, Black is King will premiere on Disney Plus. Is it called Disney Plus? It's called Disney Plus, ain't it?
Yeah.
Okay, because, you know, so I be getting mixed up with the pluses, like Apple Plus, Disney Plus. Yeah. So Beyonce's Black is King will premiere this Friday, July 31st on Disney Plus. So make sure you check that out. And Movie Scoop, respect, R-E-S-P-C-C-T.
All right.
You know, black people be R-E-S-P-C-C-T. Like, how many damn C's is it? How many C's is it?
Yes. Right.
So the highly anticipated Aretha Franklin biopic from MGM Studios has been pushed back like LeBron's hairline. It's been pushed back to January 15th, 2021. Now, not too bad considering it was just supposed to come out on Christmas Day. So that's not that bad. But girl, you really think between me and you and me, us two, us sitting right here on this Ice Cream Convos podcast, you really think the movie theater going to be open in January?
Nah. No,
okay,
not maybe 22.
So I'm just going to let y'all know Candyman, Jordan Peele's Candyman, his Candyman remake has been pushed back to October. So I'm just going to say, see also.
Yeah.
R-E-S-P-C-C-T. Candyman ain't coming out in October.
Nah.
Who done lied? Somebody.
No dice. I don't see
done
that.
told you wrong. Candyman is not coming out in October. We are not going to be in nobody's movie theater in October.
Nah.
What I'm hoping is Jordan Peele will not be stubborn, or their distributors will not be stubborn and just drop it on a streamer.
Yeah. They're going to have to.
Or do video on demand or something, because y'all, these movies, and Tenet, you know, the movie Tenet with John David Washington and what's his name? James Pattinson or Chris whatever the Pattinson, the Twilight Boy. The Twilight. Okay. That movie, listen, I wrote down, I said, this thing ain't never coming out. It ain't never coming out. It ain't never coming out. That is that on that, okay? Tenet is the movie I want to see. That is the movie that I will put on a hazmat suit.
You ready?
Sit in the movie theater because I want to see this film. Christopher Nolan has not let me down yet. Same man who gave us Inception. Come on, man. You know Inception.
Yeah.
This is, and we got John David Washington.
Yeah, true that.
John David Washington, though. This movie ain't never coming out. I'm going to tell you why. It cost $220. No, was it two? It's between $200 and $225 million to make. It was filmed with some high quality filming that would make it set for an IMAX theater.
I got
You're not giving that to Netflix?
No. Oh no. Hell no.
And guess what? It is opening overseas before it opens up over here. You know why? Because we don't like to wear a mask because it's our constitutional rights. And I have breathing issues and I cannot wear a mask and I'm still coming into Walmart. Meanwhile, across the world, they have their mask on and they're going to get to see Tenet.
And they're getting back to living life. Things are getting back to normal. That's right.
So am I going to have to risk my black ass life and get on a plane and go overseas to see John David Washington in a film?
You might.
Janet David Washington. Good grief.
Oh gosh.
Anyway, in music scoop, Brandy is releasing her new album B7 on Friday. Or how on a scale of 1 to 10, where you at as far as a Brandy fan?
Probably like a 5.
Do you want to be dead?
maybe like a 6. Moesha probably pushed me to like a 6. Where you at as far as a Brandy fan?
Okay, so I Want to Be Down Brandy, Almost Didn't Count Brandy. You know, have you ever Brandy? Yeah, I was like
errors, right?
I was like 7.5, maybe 7.6.
Okay.
Right now, in the year of our Lord 2020, where I got to wear a mask to go to Walmart, Brandy probably, she yang around a 5 for me.
Oh,
she yang around a 5. I still want to see her win, but I won't wake up.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm not gonna wake up on Friday morning like B7 day.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Well, see, that's me. I want everybody to win, but I'm just not. Like I said, I'm not a 5.5, 6. Just never been a real big Brandy, fan. Nothing against her.
Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna keep it 100. All that mess that she went through with Monica turned me off about her too, because
I think
at one time Brandy was acting like Tamar on social media.
Yeah, she was. She was. No, that's facts. When you go back, that's facts. She was. Yeah. So, that might be too. I might be a little biased.
Mm-hmm. Ryan Destiny,
oh,
a beautiful little girl. Ain't that a beautiful little girl?
I miss Star though. Shut up.
I do miss Star. I bring me and that.
Yeah.
And that.
You better get it.
Boy, stop. I bring me. That's my jam. Listen, shout out to Austin for writing all them hot ass hits.
For real. Yes.
Okay. Yes. And shout out to John to Austin, because remember he had a hits versus battle with who did Jonta battle?
I can't remember.
Neo.
Okay, right.
Yep.
I didn't watch that one.
Yeah. So yes. So Ryan Destiny, with her sweet, beautiful, chocolatey, gorgeous self, she is releasing a new single titled "Do You" this Friday. Okay. So on Friday morning, you can listen to "Do You," and then you can sit with Brandy's B7, and then you can come back and let us know what you think, because I'm not sure if I'll be.
That's pretty. I'm happy to hear that, because I really was a fan of hers because of Star, and I always wanted to know was she in like one of those 360 type of deals type of thing too. I'm always curious.
Yeah.
About that.
Yeah. But you know what? I'm just proud of the Star girls, because, Ryan is still out here doing music. And I believe that I caught a glimpse of her in Beyonce's Black is King.
Really?
Film. Yes.
Okay.
So I believe she is in that.
That would be a great look.
I do believe she's in that. And some of the other girls from Stars, I think one of them is in a Netflix series. Series on Netflix.
Okay.
So yeah, they are out here still staying alive, because they were just so talented. Now, if somebody had on their thinking cap, they would have made them girls a real ass group and put them out.
Exactly.
And let Jonta write all day stuff.
Yep. That would have been really smart. That's what made me wonder about their deal, like how all that worked, especially with Ryan.
Listen, we know how them Fox deals go.
Yeah, true that.
Brashear. Sorry, Martin. No, I ain't gonna do it. Damn, Brashear. Okay, so Karla, for our next segment is What You Watching? Karla, what you watching on TV?
I'm not watching a whole lot, but I am watching The Chi. I'm getting a little frustrated with that.
Can we do a pause for the calls? Can we talk about that for a second? Frustrated ain't the word. Either y'all gonna go get Keisha.
Yes.
Or y'all kill her.
Exactly.
I don't advocate for the murder of young, beautiful Black queens. So y'all need to go get her, but y'all wearing me out.
Yeah, and that's what it is. So I'm that, and I started watching 20s.
You started watching 20s?
Yes.
That is my show.
Yeah, I like it. I'm only a couple episodes in. I'm always behind because I'm either reading or out and about. But I absolutely love it. So far, I love it.
I love the energy of the main character, who is based off of Lena.
Yes.
She be having me rolling. Yes. I just love about her. So yeah. Okay. 20s. Okay.
Yeah. So what you over there? What you on?
So I too am watching The Chi. As you can see, I'm very frustrated. Of course, I'm a P Valley girl. We busting it wide open every Sunday night on P.
Okay.
And, I just started watching Quibi. You know, I have Quibi on my phone, but I keep that I have Quibi on the phone, and so I don't watch it. But the other night, I remembered I had Quibi, and I watched this series called The Most Dangerous Game.
Okay.
I don't know if y'all watched it, but basically, it's a man. Okay, how can I tell this without ruining it? Okay, so basically it's a man who's dying of cancer, but he's dead ass broke and his wife is pregnant. So he agrees to play these, and I really believe stuff like this really goes on. He agreed to play these rich white people games where for 24 hours, rich people get to hunt him. And if he survives, he walks away with like a buku amount of millions. Wow. So he agrees to it. But as he's going through this process, he's learning about himself. He's learning about people around him. He's learning all these different things, even about his situation. Good as hell. I have not had my nerves that bad or that shot or been on my edge of my seat that bad since I watched Free Ray Sean.
Ah, girl.
Free Ray Sean.
Took me a week to recover from Free Ray Sean.
Yeah, Free Ray
wow.
Sean. That's when you had to go sit in your prayer closet after watching.
Girl, for real. All right, I'm going to have to check that out then. You got me. You saying that's what it did to you. I'm going to have to, because like you, I forget about Quibi.
I do forget I have Quibi. And I started watching this other series on Quibi. Hold on, let me open my phone real quick because I can't even remember the name of it. But it has Don Cheadle in it. But I'm kind of disappointed in this John right here because it's not hitting the way I thought it would. It's called Don't Look Deeper.
Okay.
So,
okay.
Yeah. So that was a little, but now I just started The Stranger, and it's a girl. She's a Uber driver or something dumb.
Yeah. I watched the very first 10 episode and I never went back, but I remember it is. I saw that. I need to go. Is it, you watched further? Is it good?
I am only on the beginning of the second episode. So I can't really tell you, but it was just, I don't know where we're going to go with this. But yes, y'all, Quibi is that move. Yeah. I didn't realize I was going to like Quibi that much. And last but certainly not least, I just finished watching Cursed on Netflix.
Okay.
Bomb.
Okay.
Bomb, diggity, bomb. And I started last night. The reason why my wagon is dragging today is because last night I started watching... Hold on. I'm waiting for it to open up because I want us to tell you the correct name of it. It is called Fear City, New York versus the Mafia. I love all that bang, bang, shoot 'em up with the drugs and stuff. I can't live it, but I'll watch it all day long.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to have to check that out.
Yeah, so that's pretty good. That's pretty good. So that's what I'm watching. All right, Karla. ICC Unsung, who you bringing to the table?
Well, this week I'm gonna stay in hip hop because we was on hip hop last week. I'm gonna stay with rap. This week we're gonna go with a young man who's probably, I want to say, the greatest trio of all time, rap trio. Well, you're gonna go with Jadakiss. We're gonna go with Jada because I feel like the reason I picked Jada is because Jada, I feel like easily Jada, as far as lyricists, is in like the top 10 of all time. That's my opinion. Dead or alive. But a lot of times we don't give Jada credit. The albums, you figure Jada came out, the Locks. Let's start with the Locks. The Locks came out in what, 93, 94. I think We'll Always Love You, Big Papa might have been the first where we really, really got to like hear them. And yeah. Like, all right, I like them. And then, man, once All About the Benjamins hit, I think that was when we was just like, okay, they for real. So the reason I picked Jada because I feel like a lot of times you figure Jada got hits. I mean, we can go on and on. You got let's just start with 24 Hours to Live with Mace around that time. Money, Power, Respect.
What you need in life.
Yes. You understand what I'm saying? Yes. Easily Jada's been on, to me, some of the hottest songs, especially like late 90s, early 2000s. The Made You Look remix with Nas, when he came on it changed up. Then, he moved. When did he leave Bad Boy? I think the Locks left Bad Boy and they only stayed there for 2 years, right? before they went to Rough Riders.
They realized they were getting robbed. Sorry.
So then he had that run, he had that bad boy run. Then he had to run with Rough Riders. Once he joined Rough Riders, you had like what's the jam? You had Ride or Die Chick. You had a lot of classics off that the album. I'm trying to remember the name.
You can't forget my personal favorite. I got to step in.
Go ahead.
Made.
Oh yeah, that was the right go. Yes, classic. And even think about that song. That song didn't get the airplay. I feel like if We Gonna Make It got the airplay that it was supposed to get in the promotion.
Oh my goodness.
Easily. Yeah, that was off the I think Kiss the Game Goodbye album, or one of those albums. Then you had when he went solo, like Kiss still to this day, I think he just dropped Ignatius, I think was his last. And you got Me. Me's a hit. I don't know if you listen to it. That's a hit, but I always felt like Jada. We don't talk about him. A lot of people will say he wouldn't go commercial and it's too street. He's too hard, but he's my choice because I feel like I said, top 10 lyrically. Yes. Even the greats can't really see Jada.
No,
you know what I'm saying. So
and just to jump in, a great choice, Karla. First of all, great choice. Secondly, Jada even flip. He can go street. And then he can flip the switch and give us a why with an Anthony Hamilton. Yeah. Jada was he can be woke. If you need him to be woke, he can wake up. Yeah. And he can also put your ass to sleep too.
Exactly.
And, if you want to get the shit to popping, he don't care. Exactly. And so Jadakiss is one of those rappers. And it's funny because, I always look at people like Jada and wonder, how does he feel? Does he feel like he get the flowers he deserves?
Right.
Does he feel like he get the recognition that he deserves? Because with all due respect, Jadakiss is the Beyonce of the locks.
Oh, true that. That's facts.
That's with all due respect. No shade to Chic and Styles, but Jada just got something special.
He does. And if you think about it, think about that run he made, or that run they made like in the late 90s, early 2000s. I even think he jumped on New York with Ja Rule. And the Fat Joe. That's a certified hit.
It is.
So Jada, at one time, Jada was that dude. Like every remix that was dropped, Jada was on it. He had a nice run. So I felt like we had to pick Jada for the unsung. Jada don't get his flowers. Jada don't get his flowers. I don't.
He does not. Yeah. And I really wish that. I feel like the versus battle was another eye-opening moment for a lot of people in hip hop who just may have forgotten what Jada brings to the table, or people who may not, the young bucks who may not have known necessarily what Jada brings to the table. Yeah. So I think the versus battle was a good thing because then, it gave me the opportunity to watch Fabulous get washed, but he can't put hands on him like he does. And so, I just wish Jada hadn't got so drunk because him being drunk overshadowed his talent, and it overshadowed the fact that he was dropping them records on Fab's head.
Oh yeah.
And so it just became, he became a drunk meme versus.
Yep. And that's the part that you hate because lyrically, Jadakiss's wordplay is amazing.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah, it is. It's on a different level, And like you said, all that gets overshadowed. When you come to verses, you got to be on point. Mm-hmm. You can drink, but get a buzz. You can't get drunk. You can get high, right? But don't get stoned. You know what I'm saying?
You get high, but don't get stoned.
High and stoned is two different things. Yeah,
Let the record show. It is two different things. I learned the hard way. It's two different things.
I'm just saying, that makes, when you come to verses, you have to take in mind. And I even think real quick back to Snoop and DMX, another big part that helped Snoop was his interaction, the social media. Snoop has social media in his back pocket. That's his thing. He's there. He's got the clout, where DMX is a guy that, does DMX even have a social media account?
One, but he literally, after verses, he posted a video of himself dancing. So I said, now he's trying to be more engaging on social media because he felt the new audience.
Yeah. And that's what it is. He didn't have that audience at all. That was clear to see. But that's what versus you got to come with the whole package. You really do. You got to be on point.
And Snoop knew, like, and that goes back to your point, which is a fantastic point. Snoop knew it was important for him to entertain. That's why we the dancing and all that other good stuff. And DMX, you know, he tried to give us the little chair shimmy because he was tired. And then a few times, did you catch any of the times during their versus battle? Because I know we're going backwards and it's really about Jada right now. But did you catch any of the times where they forgot the lyrics to their song or fumbled the lyrics?
Oh, yeah, a couple times. Mainly DMX. Mainly DMX.
I didn't want to say, I didn't want to put Earl on blast, Karla.
No, hey, you know, I'm going to speak it like it is when it comes down to it.
You're right. Yeah, it was Earl. So Jadakiss, great pick, Karla.
Yeah, I think so. It's so many. This is why I'm so. This is going to be one of my favorite segments because there's a lot of hip hop artists that unsung. Just a lot of that don't get their flowers.
Don't get their flowers. Absolutely. Okay, well, bet that's what we're gonna do. So Jadakiss, you are our ICC Unsung Artist of the Week. Congratulations, sir. You be doing it. You be killing it.
Jada. Remember that?
Jada. Wow.
Yeah.
Jada. Wow. And then come on now, he has to be unsung and get recognition off of the alone.
Yes. Love it. You gotta love it.
Yeah, and shout out to Jada because he be wearing them short sets. If you follow him on social media, his short sets be popping. I said, look at him with his short sets on. His short set. He be rocking his short sets. So yeah, now you know what? I think I'm going to pay tribute to him by just listening to some Jada for the rest of the day today. Yeah. Thank you for putting that on.
That's what we're going to do. That's what we rocking out to. It's a Jada day.
All right, so that concludes today's show. But before we go, I just want to remind everyone, we have 2 new social media pages for the ICC podcast, and I am so excited. Karla, number 1, our Instagram page, over 100 followers in 1 week.
Hey.
Now, all that might be like, I only got 105. No, like literally, like I made the page, and then they came.
You're right.
Same thing. I made the page. I just shared the page yesterday. 50 follows. So nice. Ice Cream Convos Podcast on Instagram, and we are Ice Cream Convos Podcast on Facebook as well. So please connect with us there so you can catch our little tidbits during the week. Last week for Throwback Thursday, for Flashback, I'm going to try that word one more time. Last week for Flashback Friday, we pulled up our clip of John B singing They Don't Know live on the ICC podcast. Can you believe that was all the way back in 2012?
Oh my gosh. Are you serious? It was 12? Wow.
2012.
It's classic.
That's nuts. But yeah, so that was like one of the ICC moments that I treasure the most. But so just connect with us on social media. It gives you the opportunity to get to know myself and Karla a little bit more and learn more about the podcast, and just another way to connect with us. You can also share your thoughts and comments about each episode you listen to there. And she or myself will be more than happy to engage with you and embark on the shenanigans with you online. So, don't forget, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Facebook. Be sure to download the Ice Cream Convos app. Subscribe to our YouTube channel because you can also listen to the podcast on YouTube. We are also on Apple Podcasts. We are on Spotify. We are on Spreaker, and we are on
iHeart.
Thank you, ma'am. Yep. Thank you kindly, ma'am. She be coming short. Look, she always come through in the clutch, but watching.
Girl, fine.
Well, thank you guys so much for tuning into today's podcast. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, rate our show, tell a friend, and we'll be right back here. New episodes drop every single Wednesday. But until next Wednesday, we love you guys sincerely. ICC.
We all we got.
Bye, y'all.
Peace.
Ice Cream Conversation. Ice Cream Conversation.